We can look at this as Montreal passing the baton of last place of the first overall pick to the Arizona Coyotes, at least. That's how I would like to look at it tonight. Thank you all for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes post-game show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Craig Morgan and Steve Peters. We gave him the night off. He didn't need to watch another 6-2 Coyotes loss, the third-ish
He's been working hard lately.
Yeah, he's been working hard. We had already seen a 6-2 and a 6-3 loss this season. What's another one? There's 82 games in a season. So, but Craig, this one was ugly tonight.
Mama said there'd be days like this.
That's all you got.
This one was
days
over.
Like this, Mama said.
This one was over fast.
Yep.
I feel badly for Connor Ingram.
Oh.
His Coyotes debut did not get off to it definitely didn't get off to a good start. I didn't think they gave him much help. I thought he could have had the second goal that Cole Caufield shot. It wasn't a very good shot, to be honest. But the Coyotes hung him out to dry. And like I said, this game was over.
A minute 58 in. Yeah, a minute 58 in. The Nick Ritchie turnover led to that first Canadiens goal. And then there was another Canadiens goal just a couple minutes later.
Clayton Keller turnover.
Off the turnover. And then again, the third goal was an odd man rush after a mistake in the Coyotes defensive zone, or the Coyotes offensive zone, excuse me.
Yep.
So yeah, it felt like Pittsburgh all over again, sort of, where you're just getting outscored in the first.
Yeah, you were saying that at the start again, right? Somebody in our comments was saying if this team ever figures out how to start on time, they might be able to steal some games.
Yeah,
well, they didn't start on time in Pittsburgh. They didn't start on time in Boston. They always start on time in Toronto.
Always.
They didn't start on time tonight. So 1-3. I'm taking a look around the NHL. Some other teams are climbing. So
well, the Sharks won tonight, which Roaring Fork pointed out, which is, it's so funny how last year it was all about Montreal and Seattle, and now like the Sharks are really in the mix. So the Sharks won. Great night for the tank. Great night for, as Roaring Fork said, shit the bedard. If you're not on board with our season hashtag, then you can use your own. That's fine. But yeah, just Toronto felt like a fever dream. It was
seriously,
we didn't get that at all.
Is this real?
Is this real life or is this fantasy? It literally felt like a Wheel of Fantasy night, and now we're back to reality.
Yeah.
So it was a tough night, but we're in it together. Pack therapy. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're with us live right now, please like this YouTube video, or if you're watching later, it means a lot to us. Let's start with tonight by the numbers. Let's just get the ugly parts over with in the start. What do you say? Well, I will say the Coyotes, once again, they kind of held their own in the shots looking at this, because 30-27. However, I would like to note the Coyotes had their first shot on goal of the game 12 minutes and 11 seconds in, and then only had 3 shots on goal in the first minute of the second. So forgetting about the lack of defense, getting all those goals against to start the game, they also had no offensive opportunities. It felt like they started to turn it on at the end of the second and the end of the third, but you can't just be on for spurts.
No, and that, I mean, I know people hate this term. I hate this term. Dave Tippett used to call it Corsi instead of Corsi, but that's called Corsi close, right? A team's sitting on a lead. They're going to sit back. They're not going to be as aggressive. That's why the Coyotes are getting more shots and generating more offense.
Yeah.
So don't mistake that for, they found their legs and they were far more competitive. Nah, that's not really what happened. The game was over. So Montreal sat back a little bit.
And I know those shots look even, but if you look at the blocks, the Coyotes had 27 blocks to the Montreal Canadiens 13. So shout out to the guys putting their bodies on the line to not have as many shots get on net, even though,
Is that more blocks than Connor Ingram had saves tonight? Just asking, not trying to say anything, but might be.
What was the block number? 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, more blocks than saves. Connor Ingram had 24 saves on 29 shots. So bummer for Connor Ingram, because just bummer for him, I guess. That's all I really have to say. You're right about what you said. They did leave him out to dry a little bit, but it's hard to get your confidence back when that's how your night starts in the first few minutes.
Yeah, you like to, as a goaltender, you like to get a feel for the puck. You like to have a couple of just simple saves just to get a feel for the puck, like I said. it gets you into the game. You don't want to have grade A scoring chances right off the hop, and that's what happened. Like that first goal, just a crazy play, just poor defending in the defensive zone, and then the puck was pinballing around. I don't fault him for that. Again, I thought he could have had the Cole Caufield one, but that was another turnover high in the defensive zone, so it happens really fast. And then the third goal, what a shot by Brendan Gallagher.
Oh my God.
Far posted in.
Unbelievable.
So then you're in a 3-0 hole, and
then it just feels like it feels even more like a mental hurdle that you can't come back from.
Coaches always say you're chasing the game at that point, but with the Coyotes,
you can't,
feels like you're chasing.
You can't put yourself
4 time zones away.
You can't put yourself in that position when you're a team with the talent that the Coyotes have. I will say, I know the Coyotes didn't capitalize on the power play coming into this game. They're the third-ranked power play in the National Hockey League coming into this.
You know why they didn't capitalize on the power play tonight? Why? Because I want to write about the power play. So
they said, "Oh,
let's go stone cold for the rest of this road trip," so that Craig doesn't have a story.
Exactly.
That's it.
No, it's so true. They didn't capitalize tonight, but we did see a few good looks, including that power play in the third period where the puck hit the crossbar, hit the post, and then slid slow motion.
Valimaki, who almost had a goal there.
Oh my God. It was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable power play effort.
Shawn has just left
Shawn
the room.
literally
It's
just
like
walked
our producer
out.
bailed too.
Don't worry about it. But we saw but on the flip side of the power play, we also saw a really bad thing happen on the power play, which was Clayton Keller turning the puck over, causing a Montreal Canadiens breakaway, and then trying to recover it, tripping Suzuki in the process, drawing a penalty shot. I literally just could not think of what that was called for a second, and the penalty shot was good. So
can we talk about how good that penalty shot was, though?
We saw a lot of skill
shootouts
tonight.
I think like Patrick Kane when I think of shootouts where he like slows it to a glacial pace, but he's actually moving forward. Yeah. So technically he's still allowed to do it. But what Nick Suzuki did on that play, he didn't slow it down completely. To be able to pull the puck across and then just like flip it over the goalie's glove. I know that looks simple. It's not easy at all. That was an incredible goal.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Maybe we'll see some goals like that here someday.
Maybe someday. And that's the thing about Montreal. I know that they...
This is vodka, by the way.
Oh, yeah. We need it. I know they came in last season and drafted first overall, but they do have some young, skilled players on this team. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of cool to see Juraj Slafkovsky get his first NHL goal tonight, I will say, because in the building he was drafted in, first overall. Craig and I, of course, were there. Coyotes.
Memories.
The Coyotes could have had that pick if only they hadn't won the last few games of the last season, but...
Yeah, we'll see about Logan Cooley.
Yeah. That is not an indictment of Logan Cooley. Yeah, Slafkovsky scored trust me, who knows? In a few years, we might be saying, "Oh my God, Logan Cooley, what a steal!" That's what I'm hoping we're saying. But alas, it was cool to see him get his first
and then
NHL
chirp
goal.
Josh Brown, who took a run at him before that. So, yeah. Anyway.
Lots of things happened.
He's a big kid, though. I mean,
huge. Yeah. I promise there's going to be more positives that we're going to talk about. It's not.
I am confident in saying that had the Coyotes had the number 1 pick, they also would have taken Slafkovsky.
You are?
Yeah. Absolutely positive.
Yeah,
that
but
he's number 1.
Maybe you don't want Slafkovsky yet. So
maybe don't.
Exactly. So we're happy. This is what people wanted, and people in the chat and people in our members only Discord earlier were being realistic about, it's time to get the tank back. Toronto was fun. We'll take our moral victories where we can get them along the line. But let's not be so negative tonight, Craig. Let's talk about some of the positives.
Okay.
And I think we should crown our DraftKings King of the Game, which we actually went back all game. We were thinking, oh my God, who are we going to give it to?
Right.
Thank goodness 3 candidates emerged from the flames.
Do you want to put the runners up first?
And the runners up, Lawson Krause with his 2 assists. Mm-hmm. The other runner up, Travis Boyd with 1 goal and 1 assist. But we have decided to crown JJ Moser tonight's DraftKings King of the Game. He had the goal. He had 3 shots on goal, and he led the entire team in time on ice tonight with 20 tweets. I am struggling just as much as the Coyotes did. 22-30 time on ice tonight. we've seen a lot of good stuff from JJ Moser. Has he had a point in every single Coyotes game this season?
He's a point per game guy right now.
I didn't even know who he was before last season.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
I mean, a little bit older, so he was able to adapt, to the NHL, and he played in a man's league, but they liked, obviously, what they saw of him over there. Their Central European scouting is really good, by the way. They keep finding players. But in camp, I remember, and I think I've said this on the show already, so apologize if I'm repeating myself, but in camp, I had a couple people, and I'm not going to name them because I don't want, it's conversations you have, but I had a couple people within the organization come up to me and say, JJ Moser is the best defenseman on this team right now, which is quite a statement when you consider who else is here. He's a complete player. He's looking really good. I love this pick. Again, we'll see how he develops as time goes along here, but this is just such an under-the-radar pick when they made it, and he's really panned out quickly. Yeah. It's hard to transition to the NHL from another league.
Especially as a defenseman.
Yeah, I think it's the hardest position in the game, and JJ Moser's been terrific.
Yeah, unbelievable. So we had to give it to JJ just because of all the things Craig just mentioned. But I do want to mention Travis Boyd because he did have the goal and the assist, and he also had 3 shots on goal as well. So good night for Travis Boyd in the end, and including some shots that they weren't just soft shots. They actually were solid shots on goal. So I'm glad that a few people made their cases tonight.
Yeah,
Craig, because I was getting a little concerned there.
I know it's hard to rely on Travis Boyd given his career arc, right? I know he had a career high in goals and points last season, but with Nick Schmaltz out 6 to 8 weeks, they got to find some avenues for offense. And again, I know this team isn't going to win that much, but you're going to have guys like Travis Boyd step up. Matias Maccelli, another guy who we were talking about tonight, who just continues to impress with plays that he makes, especially in small spaces. I'm really impressed with what Matias Maccelli is doing so far. They need guys like that to produce some offense.
And they need offense because they're getting 6 goals against every single night.
That too.
So if you're going to have bad defense or bad goaltending, you need to make up for it with great offense. And it's not really a category the Coyotes have. Clayton Keller has had, a few looks here and there. Obviously, he's probably still shaking off some of the rust from his injury and long recovery. Although we have seen him, on the score sheet this season, so that's not so bad. But they need offense. So you can't depend on guys like Travis Boyd and JJ Moser even to lead you through that.
Such is the state of things here.
Such is the state of things. But congrats to JJ Moser for being king of the game. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Not only were we sweating out who the king of the game would be, we had the game on in the center TV and on both TVs on the left and right. We had the Arizona Cardinals game, Thursday Night Football. One was just the regular feed, and then one, what's it called, the StatCast?
Yeah, the the Amazon Prime cast or something like that.
Yeah, so we had it all going on, and we were sweating that one too because it was a tough start for the Cardinals. I was pissed because if you were watching Thursday Night Football along with the Coyotes game, you might have seen the Cardinals miss the field goal for the extra point on the touchdown, and I needed the Cardinals to go up by 7 so I could win my bet because DraftKings had a promotion going on tonight that if your team was up by 7 at any point and you bet the money line, you'd win your bet. And I had the Cardinals money line and they missed it. And I said, oh my God, I'm going to lose this. They're going to lose. And then they came back and passed the New Orleans Saints. So I won that bet. But there's plenty of great options like that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I have a few bets in tonight. They have promotions going on all the time. Today's the sports equinox, Craig. All the major sports, cool. Plus the PGA,
I always love this time
plus the MLS. Yeah, unbelievable. It literally doesn't get better. They had special parlays for that. Just unbelievable promotions. So check out DraftKings if you're either a new customer or an existing customer. Check it out. But if you're new and you want to know what's up, make a bet on any NBA moneyline, $5 bet, and get $200 if your team wins. You can also boost your winnings up to 100% with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. It's simple. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the promo code PHNX. That's promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Is there a bet where you could bet on Andy Dalton throwing back-to-back pick sixes? Because
no, but there should have been
tonight. Just saying.
I also need to say, for those who will get this, Andy Dalton and the Montreal Canadiens mascot look the same. Just if you don't know what I'm, just Google.
We did have a side by side.
Just Google both, please. I promise you, just Google both. It's amazing. Another thing I want to talk about tonight. Did Zach Kassian come back into the game?
You know, I didn't even pay attention. I'm sorry.
I don't even think I did either.
I didn't pay
Chat,
attention.
if somebody knows, let us know. I'm so sorry. There's a lot
check
going
the minutes. Check the shift chart. Yep.
Yeah. But he had a fight early in the first period with the person they call Wi-Fi.
He ended with 9 minutes and 52 seconds on ice, so I'm gonna.
Well,
yeah, that's not much below his average.
Yeah, he looked a little bit shaken up. Yeah, looked at his hand, a little concerning about that. Wasn't necessarily the best fight we've ever seen, but at least, you know, again, the fact that the players are putting their body on the line. We talked about the block shots. We saw Liam O'Brien drop the gloves the other night. Just, you know, to see that emotion, that's what you're looking for. You're looking just for that competitive edge from a team that otherwise is maybe lacking a little bit of skill.
Yeah, it didn't really jumpstart them, I guess. But, I mean, again,
an attempt was made.
Yeah, an attempt was made, yes. Give him points for that. Check that box.
Yeah, check that box. But swinging back over to the positive, a player that Craig and I really want to talk about tonight is Matias Maccelli, because before any goals were scored and we were thinking, who the heck's the king? Matias Maccelli was noticeable on the ice tonight. Amazing passes, shot. He was just noticeable on the ice.
One of the things that he worked on down in Tucson a lot, and you have to work on this when you come over from the European leagues, is operating in tight spaces. But he excelled so quickly in those situations. And you saw there was a play tonight where he had the puck along the boards down below the goal line, and he pivoted to lose the defender, held onto the puck, made a play where he threw a backhand pass in front of the net, a centering pass for a great scoring chance. Those are plays that we're seeing from him consistently when he's in this lineup. He obviously has been in this lineup all season, and he was at the end of last season. But I'm really impressed with Matias Maccelli, in particular when the puck's on his stick. He is able to hold on to it. He is able to make plays in difficult situations, like I said, out of tight spots, and he's able to make high-end plays. I wondered about him when they decided to keep him because I see some other areas of his game that maybe need some refinement, but he's really impressing me. And like we were saying earlier, they need guys that can provide some kind of offense. Yeah. And really, that's why he made this roster, and they decided to let Alex Chason go. They thought that second line needed a little more offense, and Matias Maccelli is providing at least some opportunities
and showing chances. Some skill as well, because there's people who can provide offense, but it's rare to have, I feel like, to have that offense and skill, meet together. So it'll be exciting once, hopefully here in a little bit, we can see him start to find the back of the net, because he just is really noticeable on the ice. So that's been great to see. I know I also mentioned Clayton Keller earlier. He did have an assist on the second goal, on the Boyd goal. So he actually is continuing. He now has a 4-game point streak versus the Montreal Canadiens. Little fun nugget for you there. Craig, is there anything else from this game in particular you want to mention? Or
how about nothing?
Nothing?
Can we move on to
we can literally move on. And by the way, thank you to those in the chat who pointed out that Kassian played a couple shifts in the third period. So there's been, not only do we have Thursday Night Football on and the Coyotes, but the Phoenix Rising head coach is in our studio. Like, I'm literally looking at him.
We got a little too loud in front of him.
Yeah, we were Johnny Venerable screaming when the Cardinals scored a touchdown.
He may be the nicest man on the planet.
Literally walked in and shook hands with every single person, and there's a lot of people here tonight, which has been a lot of fun. Let's move on from this game. I think we've had enough. Hopefully the opening game at Mullet Arena will be a little bit more exciting, Craig. I think hopefully the team will be energized by that intimate crowd. We're going to be at the game. I know a lot of our listeners here have season tickets and are planning to go, but I also know that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to go. I also know people struggle to find where to watch Coyotes games these days. So we're actually going to have an event for you next Friday for the Arizona Coyotes home opener versus the Winnipeg Jets, the official PHNX tailgate and watch party. We will have a tailgate before the game. So for those of you who are going to the game, you can come out at 4:30. Mullet Arena is a 6-minute drive from Four Peaks. I've done the drive twice. It's like you could actually even walk if you gave yourself enough time, which might even be a little bit easier sometimes.
It's beautiful.
So I think the game starts doesn't start till 7 or 7:30. So come down at 4:30, hang out with us before the game, and then head on over to the game. For those of you who are not going to the game, it's going to be on a 20-foot projector screen at Four Peaks, which Craig and I have both been there for an ASU football game. It's an unbelievable viewing experience. So if you want to watch the Coyotes game, see Mullet Arena on TV for the first time on local TV, because I don't even think ASU games are on TV. They're just streaming, right? Yeah. So if you want to see, and it's an ESPN game, so it's going to be a big event. So come on down, watch it with fellow Coyotes fans. We'll have giveaways, $3 beer specials. It's a free event. You don't need a ticket. Just come out, hang out. Four Peaks next Friday, October 28th at 4:30. You don't have to be 21 to come to the watch party. You just have to be 21 to drink and enjoy responsibly. Craig pulled out the pumpkin porter like in the first period. I think it was one of those nights.
After it was 3-0, I decided I'd start drinking.
Yeah.
And it was the last pumpkin porter because I went to go look for one in the third period and there were none in there.
Oh my goodness.
I don't feel badly about this. Is that what you're trying to get from me?
Maybe, but I can't blame you for not feeling bad.
Oh my goodness.
We definitely need to replenish the beer stock. So.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do have more beer in the kitchen that we need to put in the fridge.
Yeah, I don't want to say settled because it's definitely not settling, but I opted for a golden lager instead.
Yeah, that's always an amazing choice. An amazing choice. Well, we promised that we would discuss this, and we are going to. And I already know it's going to get heated because we've already disagreed over text many times today. We're going to talk about the reverse retro jerseys that the NHL dropped today. There's been a lot of opinions online, both about the Coyotes one and the ones around the league. So we've kind of honed in on
I'm gonna put the glasses on for this.
Some maybe that we love, maybe that we don't love, maybe that we disagree on loving or don't loving. Before we do that, let's think and talk about the Arizona Coyotes reverse retro jersey. We will be seeing that 6 times this season in action. Craig, what are your thoughts on the Arizona Coyotes reverse retro?
It's not as orange as it looks here, first of all. And I know that was confusing some people. It's more of a sand. I think they call it sienna, right?
Yeah.
First time it's ever appeared on an NHL jersey.
Which is amazing.
Let me make something clear. These are not ASU colors.
No.
A lot of people thought these were ASU colors.
That never crossed my mind.
Not mine either.
But I think people are just trying to create a narrative that supports some
No, they were fans here in Arizona. They're like, are they trying to mimic ASU?
Also, even if they were, I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd
be okay.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they.
But these aren't ASU's colors.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
but even if they made a conscious decision to be like, we're gonna wear ASU colors at Mullet Arena, I think that'd be kind of cool to have crossover.
As somebody
sweaters.
noted, if you're in the team shop, a team shop for ASU stuff, it would pair nicely with it.
Yeah,
they're hanging side by side, or in the Coyotes case, it's going to be mobile trailers for.
And I'm going to put my face on here since I'm talking. I'm
put your face on.
What's it called? The Arizona Diamondbacks sold Sun Devil colored hats that had the pitchfork on the side. So the crossovers aren't like that. It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, they're playing in the same arena. They're obviously partners in many ways. They have been. They've had a pretty good.
I just felt like when people were not the Arizona fans, but the people who are like, it's the ASU. I don't know. That just always annoys me. But I like it. I mean, they really outdid themselves with the purple reverse retro a couple years ago or whenever that was. So it's really hard to top.
They're not Coyotes colors. Someone's saying, yes, they are. All these colors have been in the Coyotes color palette for a very long time. They've been more subtle in designs, but these are definitely Coyotes colors. Literally, all of these colors have been in the Coyotes color palette for a while.
There you have it. I really liked the details on this jersey.
I love these.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too.
I want one.
So I'm glad we're all on the same
Coyotes. I've already talked about the leaping fox or leaping greyhound. Basically the Greyhound bus logo jersey that they had at one point.
A lot of people on Twitter were.
I know. Well, it's jerseys. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. There's no right answers here, but in my opinion, the Coyotes have just so consistently nailed their uniforms. They've had a lot of sweet uniforms. That's hard to do. A lot of times you get crushed. You see all the criticism from fans, but other than the leaping fox or Greyhound bus logo, I think the Coyotes have done it well.
Yeah, they have. So we can all agree we like the Coyotes reverse retro jersey. We may even have our hands on one here soon, just saying. But let's go around the rest of the league. And this is in no particular order. And Craig and Shawn and I all have different opinions, and PD has sent in his too, so we'll read some of his. But let's start with the first one on the list, Shawn.
I feel like these are unanimously loved amongst us, the Los Angeles Kings.
The Los Angeles Kings nailed this.
What do you guys like about this?
Everything.
Yeah.
The logo, the colors. I think this is a flawless jersey.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I love the details on the crown is like that iconic, original logo, but the detail on it, the purple and the yellow, it's so unique for LA. Like, it's just, I just love it. It's unbelievable.
Like, I'm going to go way back to my childhood, when they had like black and white TVs and stuff. No, not that far. But
it's funny because earlier Leah and I were watching old highlights of Guy Lafleur, and it was like, how did you watch games on TVs like this?
But the Kings uniform. We didn't know any better. We didn't have any better. But when
you didn't say you specifically for the record, you just said in general.
It was just kind of implied.
I'm always taking shots, even if you're not there.
But I remember these uniforms from so long ago, and every time they play the Blackhawks, because they were in the same division, it was the Western Conference then. I had envy for those jerseys. The crowns are just amazing. It's one of the best logos ever created in professional sports. I agree with you. This is a flawless jersey.
Yeah.
If it weren't the LA Kings, I might buy one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I just hate LA a lot. But
for the second one, since you mentioned them, they're in a little bit of a pack because I think that they are very similar. Actually, just kidding, because I don't know where they are.
Behind the scenes.
We're gonna go to a different one.
Technical difficulties.
This one was a very controversial one amongst us, and we are definitely generations, I guess, facing off against each other in their opinions of this. The Florida Panthers.
Okay. Florida Panthers. Why don't you guys go first? I know you like this. I have mixed feelings about this.
Okay, and I'm going to read PD's comment about it too. I love these jerseys. Yeah. I think they are so fun. I think it's so unique. Like, there's hockey in South Florida. Let's embrace it. The palm tree, the sun, the hockey stick. I love it. I think because I get, a franchise like the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Detroit Red Wings, which we'll get to those in a little bit. But, those are old franchises that have been around forever. The Florida Panthers are part of this newer group of NHL franchises, and I feel like that allows them some ability to have fun with this sort of thing. They're trying to grow their fan base. Florida has the same thing that Arizona has. There's a lot of transplants who live there. A lot of people who go to Florida games are, fans of other teams because they're from other places. And to grow your young fan base and have something like this, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I think these just are incredible. That logo is just so quintessential Florida. Like, there's the big sun and the palm tree. The baby blue is just works so well with the yellow, red, and navy.
Sky blue, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's a single. This is
ocean,
almost a flawless.
Yeah.
This is almost a flawless jersey too.
Oh,
like I said, I go back and forth on this one because I hear all that you guys are saying, but there's a side of me that's like, this is like whenever there's a game in Arizona on TV, they're going to show a shot of a cactus. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's all we have here. They have cacti in Arizona. Yeah. Did you know?
Well, I mean,
they have palm trees in South Florida and sunshine.
To be fair, the Coyotes jersey is also draped in mountains and cacti.
But there's, what's the primary thing there is the coyote, though, right?
Yeah, but that's because the Kachina is iconic.
Because the Kachina rocks. So it's almost like, here's a palm tree, here's a hockey stick, and here's a sun. Oh, we're in Florida. I don't know. It in some ways, it felt a little simple to me. Like, I could go buy this shirt off the rack at Target.
Boo.
But I go back and forth because there's a side of me that
I appreciate you seeing both sides. Earlier today at our group text, I said, Florida is one of my favorites. And Petey said, Florida is one of your favorites. Favorite what? Hockey jersey or beach cover-up with the thumbs down emoji. So that's what Petey thinks about that one. Let's see what we have.
Real quick, because I just noticed this detail on the Yotes one. Like the actual Kachina head, the colors are flipped on too. Fun fact, because like the head is like the dark red and all of that.
Okay, there you have it.
Next, the one that I was looking for originally, and one that I think we all unanimously hate: Detroit and Chicago.
Okay, so first off, I know we used to be BFFs, so what if we just put out the same jersey? And then Detroit went and behind Chicago's back, and this is probably why they broke up in the first place, and made theirs slightly better than the Blackhawks, which is just god-awful. I'm from Chicago. That jersey is horrific. Mark Lazarus, beat writer for the Athletic, made a good point today. The Blackhawks have had to come up with like 47 uniforms because they play in every Winter Classic, it seems. They play in all these special games, so it's hard to keep coming up with new ideas, but that ain't it. Detroit's is better. I don't like Detroit's, but it's better than the Blackhawks. Do you remember the NFL when they had sweaters, when they were selling sweaters where it just said like Bears and it was the same look?
That's what I was going to say. This seems like off-brand. Like it seems like like when you go to like New York City and they have the hats that just have like NY on them and it's just very like not specific. That's what they just slap Chicago on a blank jersey. Yeah, I hate Chicago and Detroit's, but especially Chicago's.
I just think you have two of the most iconic, amazing logos in not only hockey, but all of sports. And to not even use it is just sad. Right.
Nicholas, I know it's a throwback to the 30s, right?
I know.
But yeah.
Nicholas said, I appreciate Detroit doing something different and putting black in there, but yikes, both are yikes. Both have so little to work with.
Let's harken back to the 30s when we were in a depression and
exactly.
They couldn't make better looking
Chicago
uniforms.
Specifically, like their logo has so many colors with the feathers. I feel like they had like Detroit. I understand. You got a very simple logo. It's 2 colors. You got 2 colors on your jerseys.
Yeah,
that I understand a little bit, but Chicago seemed like a big miss to me.
Yeah, agree.
Personally.
All right.
Next, these are extremely controversial ones. I feel as well. I like them, but these are the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I didn't even know that's what the back looked like.
Yeah. So they got the waves and the crazy.
If you're listening on audio too, I hope you're pulling these up on your phone as we talk about each one. Craig, you go first.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't put that on.
I would 100% wear this like into the office. Well, if it wasn't a Tampa Bay jersey. I love it because it's like a one-off thing. Like not a one-off, but it's not like their main. If this was their main jersey, I think this would be a little too much. But it's like every once in a while, like, oh, they're wearing a jersey with waves and lightning bolts on it. Like, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's like it's a very minor league feel, and I think it's cool for an alternate.
I keep going back and forth. I agree, Shawn. Like, as just a unique thing, it's cool. There's a little bit much going on.
I don't think it needs the raindrops. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think if that was gone, I like the idea of the water.
Yeah.
I think the raindrops and then having the numbers on the back almost like blurred.
Yeah.
It's just a little much. Petey had them in his worst category.
I like this comment actually. Why not have the wing wheel coming at you with both wings fully visible? I know we had moved on, but that's interesting.
Oh, for the Red Wings?
Yeah. Can you call Detroit, maybe advise them for next season because somebody's got to come up with a better idea than they had.
Fun fact, that was kind of my dream at one point was to go into I almost went to fashion school. So I wanted to be someone that designed like jerseys and stuff like that.
Oh, all right.
Fun fact, and now I'm here talking about sports.
Yeah. Charles said it's so cringe that it kind of loops back to being cool.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth said
that's a great way to put it.
Elizabeth said it gives me Sharknado vibes.
It is just like the Florida Panthers one is aggressively Florida, and then this is aggressively Florida in a different way.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it fits very well.
It's so true. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
We've got the Boston Bruins, which is another one that I like.
Okay, can I start? This bear looks like it knows something that I don't, and that's all I can think about.
It knows how to prevent wildfires, but it's not going to tell you.
Oh my God, that's all. Otherwise, I feel middle of the road about this one.
I love the bear.
Yeah, I honestly
love the bear.
The more I love the bear too, and now the more that I look at just the jerseys in total, I love them. I love the detail. I love the big Bruins, like the full word Bruins across the shoulder, and I like just kind of the pattern along the bottom. And we talked about this the other day, Craig. I think it was with you. The brown and yellow color scheme on jerseys. Yeah. I know you're not a fan of the Padres. I love it, and I love it here too.
This is way better than the Padres.
I agree there too.
Way better than the Padres.
Yeah, the bear is a tremendous logo.
Because I am, you better be very careful if you're going to introduce brown into your color scheme.
All right. What do we got?
Leave myself off. Next one. This is a unanimously hated one.
Wait, sorry. Joel said it knows Marchand is still a rat. That was amazing.
This is another unanimously hated one. The Nashville Predators. Unanimous amongst us.
Because, wait, is this their regular uniform or
Yeah.
is this their reverse retro? Like, it looks so much like the other one. Like, what'd you do?
That's such a terrible logo in
Come
my
on,
opinion.
Nashville.
It's just
Come on.
their logo now is great, and they were just like, let's just try and make it different to be cool. And then the different they made, I don't like it.
Yeah, I've always
I don't
hated
really
this.
see
And
much
also,
difference.
your logo's a saber tooth. The Buffalo Sabres exist, and they have a saber for a mascot who's cooler than your dumb logo.
Yeah,
really work
I mean,
for me.
that could go back to the beginning, right? Like
Yeah.
when you're deciding that your nickname is going to be the Predators. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah,
What does that mean?
Yeah,
It's
you
pretty
gotta be pretty
Yeah.
careful.
vague. I mean,
you
I think
can't
of
have a
the
human
movie.
mascot.
I
at
think
that
Barney.
Yeah.
When I think of Predators. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot more interesting.
And also, it's just not very Tennessee, I feel like. They could have done something a little more.
I know, like
Yeah.
pay homage to your state.
Yeah.
At least,
So like moonshine or something.
yeah, well, literally.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding.
the Nashville bootleggers would go crazy. But I think the Nashville Rockers, that could have gone hard.
All right.
This is another one that I really like, the Vegas Golden Knights.
I like this one too. I know it's not Craig's favorite. One thing about this, it is glow in the dark, which just feels
That part's cool.
very Vegas.
Which the intro in Vegas, what they'll be able to do with
Yeah,
that, I
in
feel
the
like will look
dark.
so cool.
I know. I love this one. It just evokes Las Vegas to me. It
Yeah.
feels like Vegas and big lights. I really like this one.
To be fair, they don't have much history.
Well,
so.
that's the thing, and I didn't include it in the pictures, but like you look at Seattle's, and it's just very basic. Like it's just got stripes kind
they're
of
in
and the
their
big logo.
second year.
And then the second year, Vegas is in a very similar position, but they actually tried to do something with their jersey. Like I really like the Vegas across the chest. I like the black, gold, and red. It does feel very, if it wasn't for the shiny gold, very like Ottawa Senators-esque, the color scheme. Like, but otherwise, I really like it.
I'm down with the glow in the dark part.
Yeah,
but
that part's
other
really
than that, I'm just like, where are they from? Where's this team play? Oh, Vegas. That's right. Thanks for telling me.
Is it kind of just like middle for you?
Yeah,
Just
it's
like
just
eh.
whatever.
All right. What do we got?
We got one more,
Okay.
and these ones are ones I feel very strongly about, and I know PD feels very strongly about in the
Yes.
other direction. It
Okay.
is, and they're very similar in a sense. The Minnesota Wild and the San Jose Sharks both making nods to previous franchises in the North Stars and the Seals.
Yeah.
So these are PD's two favorites. He said Buffalo was an honorable mention, and
Shocking that he likes Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
he said I like Minnesota and San Jose because they remind me of my childhood, North Stars and Seals.
I love the Seals. I love the fact that there was a team called the
same.
Golden Seals.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
But it just feels like, okay, here's the Seals jersey. Just say Sharks on it.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. These seemed wildly uncreative, and they literally just took logos from their old teams and they just changed the color of their current logo type thing.
Yeah.
I think that the Seals jerseys are cool because they're old. But like on paper, like if you just gave me these jerseys with no context, I'd be like, these are some of the ugliest jerseys I've ever seen. Like the Sharks font is ugly. I don't like how the powder, like the light blue and the yellow work on the white. Not like I feel like the Chargers are the only team that's made that work. And then I hate the yellow and green. It's just aggressive. I liked it on the North Stars, but I do not like it on the Minnesota Wild.
Yellow and green were my high school's colors, so I have a soft spot.
I can't have good feelings about the North Stars after the 91 playoffs. So sorry.
Is that a Chicago Blackhawks moment?
Of course it is. I can tell you a long story about that. But suffice to say, I was in grad school and I put my foot through a trunk.
Oh.
Oh. What?
It was like an off
John
the
Casey
air story.
stole a series from the President's Trophy winning Blackhawks. So yeah, that was. It was a
Where's
bad
the
moment for me.
cowbell? I need
It's a
it.
bad moment
It
for
all
me.
comes full circle because the North Stars became the Stars, and then the Stars stole a World Series cup from the
Buffalo Sabres.
There it is.
Who
There
also
it is.
have. I didn't put him in here
I
because I
was
didn't want to
surprised
get
that we didn't get
bullied.
the Sabres.
I didn't want to get
Shocking.
bullied. But the Sabres jerseys decent. But the thing about them is that they if you didn't see them, they brought the goat head back, but they did the yellow and blue. But they already brought the red and black goat head back for this year. So it's just like now you just have two goat head jerseys in two different color schemes. It's just kind of like the North Stars and the Sharks to me. It's just you kind of just took an old jersey and just changed the colors. It doesn't really do a whole lot for me.
All right. Any others you want to note?
Well, only to criticize.
Go for it.
Like the Flyers was so boring.
Yeah.
The Flyers
but then they did the pants.
They did do the Cooperalls, which is cool. But they're going to wear them for warm-ups? I want to see them play a game.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see them play. I thought that's what they were doing.
Yeah, but even if they wore them for warm-ups, it'd be sick.
I had to stare at the Oilers jersey for like 10 minutes before I figured out what was going on.
I hate the Oilers
jersey. Oil Derek?
I don't mind them. They have like the oil drop, and they had those, but they were like just navy and silver. I thought
it was a creature at first.
Really?
It
kind of looks like a Pokemon.
That's it.
I personally like it, but that's just me. I also really like the Dallas Stars. I just like how clean and kind of old they look. And also, you have, I think, what would probably be an unpopular opinion amongst the followers on the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, I hate the
Craig
Ducks.
hates
I think the Ducks uniforms have consistently been some of the worst uniforms in the NHL.
That's wild to me because the purple and turquoise Teemu Solani era goes crazy.
This is Leah's surprise face.
I'm shocked.
I'm also shocked.
I'm shocked. The Ducks jerseys are iconic.
Yeah. Again, for the same reason that I don't like the Sabres, it's the same thing. They're just the old Mighty Ducks logo with the black and orange now, or brown and orange, and it's just kind of to me.
All right. Well,
one more.
You got one more.
How do we feel about the return of the Gorton's Fishermen for the Islanders?
Petey he had the Islanders in his bottom.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I think it's them and the Rangers are just kind of like, eh.
Well, the Islanders have embraced
the Rangers looks
this
the same.
logo that got just universally panned, and they've just gone back to it. I think they're thinking like, hey, the Coyotes logo was panned when it first came out. Maybe if we just keep going back, I feel like it's suddenly become cool.
It's probably a little bit of like a cult thing amongst Islanders fans. Everyone hates it so much that they're just like embracing it. I don't know. I don't really like it. Like you said, it looks like they're selling me fish sticks.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Exactly.
Also, like the Toronto one looks the same.
Yeah, that one's
New York
tough.
one
What are you
looks
gonna do?
The same. Like
the only Rangers just keep going back to the well.
Yeah.
Oh, let's change the color of the jersey, but do the same logo. Come on.
Yeah. The only thing that the Maple Leafs could have really done is if they went back to their
like the same
semi-old, like the straight. Oh, they could have done the St. Pat's, yeah. But I mean, like the straight lined maple leaf, like the flag leaf. They could have done that,
but they did that in their outdoor game, I think.
Yeah. Plus the ones that they have, the leaf they have now.
God, the Coyotes need an outdoor game. Could you imagine
Sun Devils?
At Sun Devil Stadium?
That's where it has to be.
Yeah, I think that's the only option.
What the jersey like?
Don't come at me with Chase or
no. Especially
not go all the way back to Glendale.
Not going back to Glendale.
Yeah, and especially now that they're fostering this relationship with the city of Tempe. They have a great relationship with ASU.
And it's the most iconic stadium in the city. Without question, Sun Devil Stadium is it.
Imagine what an outdoor jersey would be, paying homage to Tempe, paying homage to the landscape with the mountains. The Coyotes consistently nail their uniforms like this, their specialty uniforms. I need it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
When Austin Matthews comes here, they'll play.
Exactly.
They'll make Toronto come out here for
a little star power.
Game.
That's not a knock on the current stars on the Coyotes, by the way. Well, when they eventually have an outdoor game, I'm sure you can find your tickets for that on Game Time. But for now, we can dream, but you don't have to dream about buying your tickets on Game Time. There were tickets for the Cardinals game today. They were on there today for like $30. Unbelievable for a Thursday night football primetime game. You could have gone there. There's tickets for this weekend's game. ASU hockey games on there. I saw $36 the other day. They're going to be even cheaper the day of. And then, of course, if you're planning on going to the Coyotes game anytime next week, definitely check out Game Time to buy your tickets. I saw cheap tickets for the November 1st game versus the Dallas Stars. If you want to see the reverse retros in action as well, you can see those dates, and I tweeted them earlier today, and go to those games. Use Game Time. It's the best place to buy tickets. You can save up to 60% on tickets, especially when you buy last minute. Great for not just sporting events, but concerts and shows as well. And the best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in our description. So whether you're watching or listening, scroll down to the show notes, click on the link to buy your tickets. And then if you end up going to the Coyotes home opener, hang out with us before the game at Four Peaks. And if you can't get into the game, like we said, be at Four Peaks. Watch it with your fellow Coyotes fans on the giant screen, because it is the best place to watch Roaring Fork. The Coyotes should have Sky Harbor written on their jerseys for the outdoor game. That would be fun.
That'd be an amazing
Wouldn't it be amazing? A jersey that just was like saying F you to all the haters.
Could you imagine if they came out with like a Houston or like a Quebec Nordiques jersey? Just like they're
my.
That shit would go hard.
Yeah.
Oh my God, with just like little references to all of the stupid storylines.
Saying that so many times too. Like when they name the streets around the arena, they should have like Quebec Street and Houston Avenue and whatever.
They should have made their reverse retro jerseys just the Winnipeg Jets. That would have been hilarious.
Just take it.
Oh my God, I love it. I really do. Well. Sorry, we only talked about the game for half the show, but you know,
I'm not sorry.
We're not actually that sorry. Thank you all for participating in our reverse retro conversation. I'm sure it'll come up again. And then once we start to see them in person or on TV, it'll be really cool. Craig, what do you have coming out on the website?
I'm going to ASU actually tomorrow night. I'm going to.
Craig's finally going to the Mullet.
I'm going to be in Mullet for the first time. Yes. Since it opened. No, officially opened, yeah, to watch them play Colorado College. Hopefully see the Sun Devils get back on track. I had a story up today talking about their offensive woes. It's really weird, actually, to see them struggling to score after the way they scored last season. But there are a number of reasons why, and, you know, I think it's too early to actually even pass judgment on them. A lot of new faces, new building that they're trying to adapt to, a lot of emotion.
Yeah, very emotional.
Some bad luck. There are a lot of things that haven't gone right so far for ASU, but they're still right there. Like you think about that first trip that they took to Minnesota Duluth. They're a disallowed goal away from being 500 and probably in pretty good standing in pairwise. So there's plenty of time right now.
Yeah, Shane. Wow.
Okay.
Hey,
we just got that
the Buffalo Sabres. They're a wagon. Rasmus Dahlin.
Told you they're gonna bust out at some point.
4 goals in 4 games.
I know.
History for the longest streak from a defenseman of consecutive games to score a goal to open a season.
Wildcard team.
Oh my goodness.
Team.
I just want to read this from Nicholas really quick. Nordique's jersey in ASU colors. Screw up.
Or if it's just like an X through it or something. Quebec, LOL.
Literally, please. Actually, this would be really funny. We should do like a competition. There's no prize, but just for fun in the Discord and on Twitter, just like the jersey you can think of that would be the biggest FU to the haters.
The Coyotes Winter Classic jersey. What should it say?
What should it say? And how can you make it the biggest FU to the haters?
I want it to be really subtle and be like a nice jersey, but along the sleeves, just throw like the floor in there and then some like kind of Houston symbology and just put like little logos along the sleeves that are just subtle nods to the people that try to screw over.
I truly love
ASU.
it. I love it. Sorry to veer off course there. If you want to read Craig's stories, become a member at gophnx.com. Sign up for an annual membership. Grab a shirt from the locker. I'm wearing my Cardinals shirt. Craig's wearing his PHNX flag shirt, which is an amazing classic. We got Cody, the Sun Devil, the Josh Doan shirt. Support Josh. Buy his shirt from the PHNX locker. It's awesome. So check it out. And you can also join our members-only Discord when you become a member as well, which has been a lot of fun, especially on game nights. But we talk hockey in there often. And we also have some events that are just available to members at first. And so far, everything we've done with that has sold out. So lots of great reasons to become a member. Craig, is there anything else you want to add before we head out?
No, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out.
And hope for a more enjoyable outcome next time for all of you.
Yeah, let's really quickly just look ahead at what we have coming up. We got the Ottawa Senators Saturday at 1 p.m.
Oh, the Jacob Chychrun sweepstakes begin.
Yep.
He's with the team now, by the way. So. Yeah,
I forgot to mention that with the team, so should be interesting. I'm sure we'll hear nothing about that on Saturday. No. The Columbus Blue Jackets. Shawn.
Tragic. In case you didn't know, Columbus Blue Jackets have been relocated to Toronto.
If you're watching this on YouTube, just don't mind that typo. Columbus, and then they finally come home. It is a 7:30 game, so for that 4:30 event at Four Peaks, plenty of time to grab some brews. I promise you they'll be cheaper at Four Peaks than inside Mullet. That Winnipeg game next Thursday. So that's what's ahead. And then, of course, the moment people want every day on the show, it's the punch card. Let's take a look. 4 games closer to 82.
Yeah.
And we're back to the losses.
78 to go.
78 to go. 4 down, 78 to go. We'll be in it together. Thank you all for tuning in to Pack Therapy, for listening along. It seriously just makes it so much easier to get through all of these games. HK till draft day. If you know, you know. We'll have an audio episode for you tomorrow. We're going to feel a little hopeful, check in on some Coyotes prospects and prospects that may be Coyotes prospects one day. It's not too early to think about that, I don't think. And then we'll be live again on Saturday after the Ottawa Senators game. So subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Also hang around on here and check out the Cardinals post-game show. They'll be live right after the Thursday Night Football Cardinals game if you're interested in that as well. So follow PHNX Sports across all social platforms, TikTok, Instagram, if you're on there. Follow it, and then please follow at PHNX_Coyotes on Twitter. Help us boost our following. PD finally danced. We have to punish Shawn next. Let us know what you think he should do. We got to get to 4,000 Twitter followers. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family.
It can't be food related because Shawn will eat anything.
That's
We've
true.
already proven that.
Fact.
Make bot accounts. Whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do. So we'll be back live Saturday. Audio episode tomorrow. Like and subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.